jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports,
In the building, Big Blunts and Boxing on deck. Yes, sir. Salute to your brother. One love. Everybody that's showing up. This is the post-fight night review of the fight card. First of all, let me say big shout out to the hottest chat in the MFing game. A-side official. No negotiation needed. Period. You already know, man. It was fight night tonight. The finale of Showtime finally took place, and I have to be honest, it didn't disappoint. It didn't disappoint. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna sit up here and try to make up some stuff and say, oh man, the fights just didn't give me what I was looking for. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the fights lived up to the hype. Most of them. At least. So let me start off with Vito Mielnicki. You know what I'm saying? We was having conversations about Vito Mielnicki. Doing some studying, worked out just fine. Vito showed he's much stronger now, and he's more willing to engage with that strength. So he went in there and stopped the guy who only been stopped one other time. You know what I'm saying? Xander Zayas couldn't even stop Vito Mielnicki. I mean, not Vito Mielnicki, Salazar. He couldn't even stop Salazar. But Vito, with 16 fights, I believe, went up there and stopped him himself. You know what I'm saying? And Xander don't have that much more. But shout out to Vito, man. Real talk. Shout out to Vito. Damn, you went out there and stopped that man in the first round. God damn, shawty. You went out there and stopped that man in the first round. Salute to you, man. That strength and conditioning coach and getting that work with Jermall Charlo must have really helped you. You know what I'm saying? Must have really, dial you in. You know what I'm saying? Allowed you to go in there with the confidence to close distance like that. And put that work in on Salazar and get the stoppage. God damn, shawty. Man, salute to you. I remember when this kid was still in high school, man. First time I interviewed him, nobody wasn't even fucking with this kid. Wasn't even interviewing him or nothing. He was still in high school. Oh, good guy, man. Good guy. I'm glad, he went in there and got the stoppage on a guy who only been stopped one other time. Let's keep it moving. I ain't gonna hold y'all long. But shout out to Vito, man. First round stoppage. God damn. Sergey Lipinets and Matias Rivera. Hey, that's another one. Excuse me. That's another one that I felt that Matias Rivera would shine on because Sergey Lipinets is a bit flat-footed. You know what I'm saying? He was a former kickboxer, but also the former world champion. But his style matched up with Rivera, who pretty much emulates Ali's style, moving, punching, combinations, moving in and out. That's what stood out to me with Rivera tonight. He was able to effectively, implement that against Sergey Lipinets and scoring a unanimous decision. The judges had them scores 97-93, 96-94, and 97-93. Sometimes you don't want to leave it to the judges. But I'm not going to lie to you. Rivera got a lot of work to do if he wants to be a hitter. If he wants to be a hitter at 140, You're gonna have to do a little bit better job with your defense. You got to work on your cardio, and you need to learn how to box on the inside. If you're gonna be one of those movers and you want to emulate the boxing style, you definitely got to have better cardio. You just can't be taking 2 rounds off, to catch your breath or whatever, and then you really not throwing too many punches in between those, because they definitely gonna give it. If they get your system or your format down on how you box, it can work against you, man. You know what I'm saying? It's all good to look like Ali from a distance and have it on the trunks, but you definitely need to work on your cardio. If you're gonna be a mover like that, yeah, you definitely got to learn how to tighten up, and when it's time for you to, buckle up and fight on the inside, you're able to do that and still maintain your cardio. You know what I'm saying? Movers, you're using up more energy than the next man if they just cutting off the ring and closing distance. It's always going to be that way. But shout out to Matias Rivera for getting that victory. You know what I'm saying? For him pretty much getting past that Frank Martin showing, where Frank Martin kind of, said what I said, pretty much he was moving. You know what I'm saying? He was moving. He was turning Rivera. Rivera didn't know what to do with that style. This time he didn't have so much of Sergey Lipinets using a lot of movement. All he was doing is going to walk him down and try to cut off the ring and land his shots. You know what I'm saying? And that just wasn't enough tonight. So, shout out to Rivera for getting that victory. That machine that I seen tonight, that machine in there, Subriel Matias, bro. God damn. That dude right there, man, he's a machine, I ain't gonna lie. Subriel Matias improved his record to 20-1 with 20 knockouts. I was absolutely impressed with both fighters early on, because Ergashev came out there and he was with Sugar Hill, and he was out there trying to establish his dominance too. He was pretty much trying to prove to Matias that he had power. But one thing about it, it was a 12-round fight, man. And you was trying to land that many, those hard shots early on. And when I saw him use that lead hand as a measuring tool, I say, he ain't gonna last long. Because that's to keep space. If you don't know how to keep space with moving, and you're trying to use that right arm, it's not going to work that long. It's not going to be extremely effective as the fight go on and on and on. So you saw as the fight went on, Matias started to close the distance in the second round, right? He couldn't just use that measure and stick that lead out there. He couldn't do it no more. He couldn't do it. It was over. It's a wrap. It was done. It takes energy to try to measure your opponent and throw those combinations without moving, and your opponent keep on coming. You know what I'm saying? It takes energy to do that. And Matias, the way he just walks in there, he takes a lot of shots too. But the one thing about him, whoever fights Matias, they're gonna have to have a decent chin. They're gonna have to have outstanding cardio. And they're going to have to be able to box as just as good as Matias, and be able to move and box however they want to see it. They can box on the inside or outside. They're going to have to figure it out, because this guy has a gas tank. Like it's respectable gas tank, bro. It's a respectable gas tank. But if you get somebody in there that's not afraid to box and has the footwork, it has the overall, package. Not to just have a plan B or C when he's walking you down and you're throwing combinations and he's landing some shots and you just don't know what to do. It seemed like Ergashev kind of ran out of options early, very, very quickly, and he fatigued. That's why he quit on the stool. You know what I'm saying? That's why he quit on the stool. He wasn't going back out. He talking about his leg hurt. No, he was close to getting stopped. So he didn't want to go back out there, bro. He didn't want to go out there. He was done. You know what I'm saying? He was freaking done, man. That's why he quit on the stool. But that doesn't take anything away from Subriel Matias, because Matias is the one that put him on the stool. Real talk. Matias is the one who put him on the stool. Go to the chat right quick. Shout out to Carlos on deck. What it do, Carlos? WS salute. Our Benavidez had my man looking like he needed some milk. I thought that was Errol Spence all over again. Be honest there, Carlos. I'm gonna get to that though. The OG Mr. Golden on deck. What you doing? What's going on with you, Mr. Golden? Up late in the AM. Or should I say early? Hey, Mr. Golden said, "Boo boo try." It takes more than just trying when you boo boo. It takes more than just trying now. You know, where that Demetrius Andrade, guy that was over here earlier, talking about he was gonna do this and that. Come on over here, man. So we can talk. Cause I got some questions. Heel on deck, what's good? That was brutal, WCS. Andrade did really good the first 3 rounds. But David hit Andrade with the right hook in round 3, and it changed the pace of the rest of the fight. That was imminent. Real talk. And you're absolutely right. That shit was imminent. I didn't see Andrade keeping that pace. I'm going to get to him, though. Andrade has to be one of the most overrated fighters in boxing history. He has spent his whole career fighting D-level fighters and finally got exposed. Dang. Fort Rock coming here saying, I ain't holding no punches, man. I ain't being nice to people. It's Sunday morning. God will forgive me. I ain't worrying about what you talking about. Hey, man, I can't go against what you saying, bro. I can't even, a lot of people saying, okay, he's slick. He is slick, man. Like Andrade's slick. He also 35 years old. His birthday is February 26th. He got another birthday coming up. He'll be 36. Now, like I said, I don't like bringing up certain boxers' name that's old already, but certain fighters at his age do fairly well, depending who they in there with. And other fighters, they kind of look their age. I don't know. But we'll get to that, like I said. Andrew Charles on deck. What it do, Andrew? How you feeling, man? One love to everybody that's in the chat this morning. Ergashev came on strong. I was sleeping on him. I didn't know. I wasn't sleeping on Ergashev, but I knew Matias was gonna stop him. As you remember, I said I believe Matias is gonna stop Ergashev, and I thought that what was the other one that I thought? I thought that I knew Charlo was gonna beat Jose Benavidez. Oh, I thought Lamont Roach was gonna get stopped by Hector Garcia. So I went 1-1 in the knockouts. You know what I'm saying? I might have went 1-3 because I thought Charlo was gonna stop Jose, but Jose proved to be a warrior as always. Jose Benavidez is a freaking warrior. I ain't gonna lie, that dude's a warrior, bro. You know what I'm saying? We already know little bro warrior. Jose a warrior too, man. He took some punishment, took some hard shots from freaking Jermall Charlo. God damn. Let me stay on topic though. Arnold Brown on deck. What's good? Christopher White on deck. I see you. Very impressed, Matias. I'm gonna go ahead and say that kid has something special. He is special, man. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know how long he gonna last in boxing taking that much punishment, because he has a style that's beyond Mexican style. You know what I'm saying? He has that Puerto Rican, a.k.a. goddamn Lone Ranger Zorro, a.k.a. goddamn mercenary Grim Reaper. I mean, he's a problem to deal with, man. And you said Andrade never got his shot during his prime. It's unfortunate. Hey, Mr. Golden said, W says you wrong for that. About you thought it was error all day. I did, man. I got confused. They look alike in that moment. Seriously, they did. I ain't gonna lie. I said that Elroy? God damn. You moved up in weight, you sneaky son of a gun, you. Let me keep it on topic though. Shout out to Subriel Matias, man. You did your thing. I really thought, when I was looking at Ergashev sit down on his punches early in the fight, I said, there's no way he can keep this pace up. Right? So when Matias stumbled, I say, okay, he can move Matias with those shots, but can he continue to get his timing down and land more than one shot to kind of keep him off balance. And he started wearing out quick. Cause Matias came out in the second round and he was in fifth gear. He said, "No, hell no, let's get it." You know what I'm saying? Let's get it. I ain't waiting around. Let's get it. And when he came out in the second frame, it was on and it was popping. And Matias goddamn put the goddamn pressure on his ass, man. You know what I'm saying? He put the super pressure on that man, broke him down, made him quit on the stool. He started talking about his leg was hurting. Yeah, his leg was hurting because you didn't go to fight camp planning to move around like that. You thought you can take him out with your power shot. You know what I'm saying? You thought you had enough power to hurt him, which you did if you would have moved around a little bit more and allowed him to follow you and maybe landed some counter shots. Then your power would have been a bit more damaging. You know what I'm saying? If you were able to expose him early on in the fight. You know, you made him stumble back to the ropes. But you just can't sit there and sit down on your punches and expect to just stop Matias from coming forward. It ain't gonna happen, brother. Let me go on to the next though. Hector Garcia and Lamont Roach. Lamont Roach, hey man, you did your damn thing. I picked you. I didn't think you would perform that well coming off a layoff, but brother, you look sharp as a blade out there. Hector Garcia, I thought with the experience that you had in performances, with Chris Colbert, Roger Gutierrez, and then Gervonta Tank Davis, he couldn't even drop you and put you on the canvas. I said, you know what? Lamont Roach is going to be in for a problem. You know what I'm saying? I was telling Blunts, I say, man, Lamont is going to be in for a problem, bro. I don't see him getting past this. I see Garcia possibly stopping him. And Lamont made him look the worst that I've seen Hector Garcia. You know what I'm saying? He looked strong. You know what I'm saying? He looked durable in there. And he was landing some great shots. And I think what threw me off, he had very minimal knockouts, right? And he had been off for a minute. And I just put Hector Garcia, performance value-wise, over Lamont Roach. And goddamn it, he proved me wrong. I was like, shit, he knocked the man down twice. He knocked him down twice. I was like, what? Even though one of them was behind the head, but he still knocked him down twice, right? And I was saying, damn, Roach looked freaking sharp tonight. God damn, I ain't gonna lie. I was way off with that one. Yeah, I was way off, but they still tried to take it to a split decision, man. They took that shit to a split decision and still try to goddamn keep them titles over there. I don't know what the hell was going on. I'm just saluting congratulations to Lamont Roach, man. You deserve it, bro. You know what I'm saying? You deserve it. You fought a hell of a fight. I ain't gonna lie. You fought a hell of a fight. You sat freaking Hector Garcia. You know what I'm saying? You outperformed him. You gave him his first loss. And, hey, brother, you deserve your credit. You deserve your credit. For real. You deserve it. I mean, not his first loss, his second loss. You know what I'm saying? You deserve your credit, big dog. You won a split decision. And now you're the WBA World Super Featherweight Champion. Salute to Lamont Roach, man. You did your goddamn thing, shawty. For real. For Jermall Charlo and Jose Benavidez, goddamn. Some told me about Jermall Charlo, right? Because I was saying something was wrong with him, this week and all that. I just felt like he wasn't pepped up the way he should. But when he showed up in the freaking ring walk and he was jogging, he kind of sprinted just a little bit. He looked like he was full of energy, looked like he was ready to go. And he showed tonight why he big Charlo. You know what I'm saying? He showed tonight why he was a big Charlo, for real. He looked good, man. You know what I'm saying? He didn't look the best that I've seen him, but he looked better than what I thought he would have based off the way he was acting during the week and his eyes looking all sleepy. He was awake in that ring. I ain't gonna lie. He was awake, and he did what he had to do. I have to credit Jose Benavidez for taking a hell of a shot. Power shots from Charlo. Charlo was hitting him with some bombs, man. And Jose was standing there. Them motherfuckers some warriors, man. Him and his brother, them dudes some warriors, man. And not many fathers can say they got a pedigree of sons like that. You know what I'm saying? Not many fathers can say that, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. Not many fathers can have where their kids are as competitive, or they're able to compete at a high level, in this lifetime. But for Jose Benavidez to take the shots he did against Charlo, he's definitely gonna have to need to take some time off. I thought there was gonna be times where he may potentially get stopped, but I didn't know if Charlo had the gas tank to do that. You feel me? And he didn't. He didn't have the gas tank just to put those combinations. But the fact that he did have those bright moments in between rounds, I was like, hell yeah. I like Charlo, getting back into the groove. It wasn't the best, like I said. It wasn't the best performance, but goddamn it, he showed why he was Big Charlo. The combination he was putting together was sharp, crisp. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't in there windmilling, punching wow. You know what I'm saying? Hanging out on the ropes. He didn't even come in close to the performance his little itty bitty brother, you know what I'm saying, gave. For real. It was night and day. Big Charlo went in there and fought. I know they had two different opponents. One was Canelo and one was Jose, but goddamn it, he went in there and fought. He was banging out when he had to, and then moving around, using his footwork. You know what I'm saying? When Benavidez had him up against the ropes and they was doing that I love that 10 to 12 punch combinations they put together. Charlo was showing that he was in pretty decent shape, bro. Contrary to him missing weight on the scales, he was in pretty decent shape in the ring. Seriously, he was in pretty decent shape. And you can see that he was emotional. You know what I'm saying? He said he had shit on his mind every round he was thinking about, where he been every round. So he went in there with you know what I'm saying, a burden. And, for somebody to go into a fight of that magnitude and they have a lot on their mind, it says a lot about how strong they are as a person. So I commend him for fighting a good fight with Jose. Both of these guys are warriors. But for Charlo to come back after being like 2.5 years off or whatever, to come back in there and perform at the rate for which he did, and also how clean he performed. Like the combinations that he was putting on display. Love that shit, man. Loved it, man. I mean, I got to see some of that down at Roy's place. I did. Shout out to RJJ, the legend himself. I got to see some of that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he was in training camp for 3 weeks unless something happened. You know what I'm saying? 3 weeks ago. I don't think so, because he's in pretty decent shape when he was at Roy's place. Seriously. So I don't know what happened in between. I don't know if he just came in there and said, fuck it, I'm not losing all that weight. Because right now, I'm feeling a little bit too drained. And you know how fighters get. Fighters say, well, instead of me continuing to lose this weight and feel weak, I'm just going to take the penalty. I don't know if I would have did that. From my understanding, he came off $260,000, which you split that into 3. He paid per pound. That's like 85 to 86, thousand a pound. That's a lot of freaking money, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. That's a lot of freaking money right there to pay for losing weight. You know what I'm saying? $250,000. You know what I'm saying? He paid $250,000. He paid for each pound, but you came over 3 pounds. That shit's crazy. But as for the fight goes, loved it, man. Love seeing him get in there and doing what he's supposed to do, and giving us entertainment value. Seriously, them fights was entertaining. Bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'd be good if we could get fight cards like this all the time, but this was the finale. And the fights that I mentioned, like Vito Mielnicki, stopping Alex Flores, it didn't last that long, but it was good to see him go in there and display this power and get the stoppage, right? And then Jermall, Charlo, and Jose Benavidez, very action-packed. You know, it's going to be people complaining about this, that, and the other, but as long as that man been out the ring, for him to put on that type of activity, though, you know, his activeness inside the ring, his output, you know what I'm saying? Not coming in there extremely out of shape, hanging out on the ropes, not doing too much of anything, running, hopping around the ring, you know what I'm saying? Like it's hopscotch freaking November and shit like that. So, great work. You know what I'm saying? From all Charlo getting back in there. You know, the Sergey Lipinets and Matias Rivera, that was that was probably one of the most blandest fights. You know what I'm saying? That was probably the weakest fight of the main card, that, you know, the main roster that was on the main card rather. But as far as Subriel, Matias, and Ergashev, I think that fight right there is only going to set Matias up for people to duck him or fight him. Anybody that's going to fight him at 140 pounds, you definitely have to work on your cardio, your core, and you just have to come in there with a game plan that you're confident with yourself that can get the job done. Now, as for the main event, David Benavidez was 27-0, and Demetrius Andrade came in at 32-0. He took his first loss tonight. This was contended at super middleweight. Like they said in the chat, people were saying that, you know, he's one of the most clever fighters, and he's this, that, and the other. Yeah, against competition that's his equal or lesser, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure he can get away with more and more rounds on what he was doing to David. But David shows that he's levels above Andrade. He's a pressure cooker, and goddamn it, he threw freaking Andrade in the hot grease, man. He cooked Andrade in the hot grease. He broke him down quickly. His eyes started swelling up. And I ain't gonna lie, bro. He started looking like, you know, Elroy the Third. Seriously. It took me back to freaking Crawford and Spencer all over again. He started looking different. Like he was all hyped throughout the week. I like his energy. I liked his energy when he walked to the ring. I like the walkout song that he had. Cool. I like his first 3 rounds. But his age came in quick. Damn, that 35 years, it's almost like somebody dropped off a FedEx package at the damn ringside apron. Package from Andrade. What is it? Father time. You know how to unwrap it. You about to get a taste of it in the next round. That's what that is. Somebody dropped him off a package that said Father time on that motherfucker, y'all. FedEx. He got tired quick. Nobody just tell me it was one punch, that right hand. No. It wasn't just a punch, man. It was the fact that he couldn't sustain the freaking pressure David was putting on him with them punch combinations. David really hadn't even got warmed up yet. And he started to hit that dude with some punches here and there. He really wasn't even putting the whole package together. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't putting the whole fruit basket together yet. He was just giving him little bits and pieces, man. You know, little small hors d'oeuvres. He hadn't even got to the damn entrees yet. And Andrade was slowing down, bro. You know, he showed heart. Andrade showed heart. But no, man, he just started, at 35 years old, started to show against that young Mexican monster. And he started tapping into that goddamn energy reservoir. And goddamn, they pressed the button to see how much he had. Look, first of all, I didn't understand why he was standing up in the corner, first of all. You 35 years old. Sit on the goddamn stool, shawty. For real. They tapped the button on that goddamn reservoir. Low fuel, low fuel, low fuel, low fuel, low fuel. That shit was telling you. Low fuel. He was running on goddamn fumes down there. And he was up there standing in the corner. I don't know why people do shit like that. Bro, when you get older, just maximize your recovery time. If you get a minute in between the rounds, sit your ass down for a minute. Damn, don't go over there standing up between rounds, man, just because that's something you might have done in your career. Or you still, man, when you get older, sit down in that motherfucker. It can't be George Foreman. God damn it. Everybody can't do that. I'm saying everybody can't stand up in between rounds and still go out there and perform. I know Jihad do it, but Jihad's only 20 years old. His body can still do this shit. You know what I'm saying? Me, I'll be asking for an ice pack, motherfucking heat pack. You know what I'm saying? Give me a goddamn tall glass of motherfucking electrolytes. You know what I'm saying? You know, do you have some sliced fruit somewhere? You know what I'm saying? Can you put a 5-hour energy drink in here, please? I'm just gonna drink the damn electrolytes and the 5-hour energy together. I'm gonna combine. I'm gonna make a cocktail to get me through this goddamn fight. You know what I'm saying? Can I get those masseuses we hired? I need my quads massage and calves massage. My shit tight as hell, man. I'm not trying to become a meme now. So y'all help me out. You know what I'm saying? Did you get them girls with the palm leaves? Why they ain't in here fanning? I want them close to the ring so they can fan me every time I go back to the corner. You know what I'm saying? We got everybody that we brought over here. They all have a job to do. Okay, let's make sure we get that done. All right. He up there trying to stand up in between rounds. I'm like, hell no, shawty. Sit down. Once Matias' engine warmed up, it was a wrap. You ain't lying, dog. You ain't never lied, right? You ain't never lied. Once the engine warmed up, dog, man, goddamn, the seats. You know the seats get heated. The seats can get heated before the car accident. The seats, hey, Andrew, man, his seats was already heated, dog. He came in the second round. When he sat down after the first and he took that minute, they already had the car running right with the heated seats. That motherfucker sat down in the heated seats and came out that motherfucker blazing, dog. It came out that motherfucker blazing. I was like, damn. I was caught up in all the TMZ gossip surrounding Maul, so I was glad to see he's still a warrior. Yeah, man, there's a lot of gossip going around from Maul, you know what I'm saying? But he showed the warrior spirit, man. I absolutely thought he was going to stop Jose. I didn't think for once he was going to lose. Let's see what's next. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to be talking about it that's possibly tuned in. But, you know, Stephen Nelson is saying, what about me and, you know, my bro Crawford, Terrence Crawford fight the Charlo twins. So pretty much he's saying, you know, Crawford fight Mel and he fight Maul, because that's the division that Stephen Nelson's in right now, super middleweight. And that'll be a good fight. Stephen Nelson, Maul, Charlo. But, you know, we've heard Terrence Crawford say he didn't want to fight Mel Charlo. You know what I'm saying? He didn't want to fight him. Andrew Joe, what's up, little bro? Matias called out Tank. Let's see if Tank going to answer the phone. If he's going to send him the voicemail. It's not even gonna go to voicemail, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna give you callers not available. Callers not available. Callers not available. They're not gonna call Tank directly. You know what I'm saying? You might as well forget about that. Floyd was over there. I can't see Tank fight Matias because they're gonna make it about money like they always do. But the fans right now, you know what I'm saying? Matias, don't a lot of people know Matias. I ain't gonna lie. Not a lot of people know Matias, bro. Let's be honest. That dude's mad talented, and he speak little English. You know, he speak more English than he let on to. But especially coming out of Puerto Rico, being a Puerto Rican, right? A lot of them know Spanish and English. But a lot of people don't know Matias like that. Seriously. A lot of people don't know him. So if that fight was to happen, which I don't think Tank is going to take that fight. I don't see it. I don't see it, bro. I don't see it. And then Matias is at a weight class above Tank, too. You want him to come up and fight? I mean, Tank will tell your ass to come down there and fight him at his weight. I don't think Matias is going to do that. But he will get the most money that he's made in his career. That's all I can say to that. You know, he can call out who he wants. It's a video that was out there about Tio. Somebody asked him, you know what I'm saying, did you get the offer? I'm not sure if that offer was from Matias or offer somewhere else, but you know, Tio be trolling, so you can't really take him serious when people ask him stuff, because you know how to play mind games, man. I told people this a lot. I said he know how to play mind games, but he said he declined the offer. But the person was trying to go in detail, like, what offer did you decline? What offer did you decline? Because when Matias called out them guys, well, people found out, you know, Tio was in the building. They wanted to know, but I'm not sure what it was. I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. I don't know if the offer from whatever, I don't know if that was even the same fight card. I was just skimming through some vids, and I was looking at some content. Dan on deck, what's good? So don't quote me if that was the fight card tonight, though. But for David Benavidez, man, he did what he's supposed to do. He's a problem. I really hope he get his shot at Canelo. He deserves it, man. Real talk. Anybody deserves it, he deserves it. Because, yeah, he fucked up, and Canelo scooped up his belt and everything, but he never lost his belt. He never had the opportunity to fight Canelo, for Canelo to take his belt like he's supposed to. Canelo got with this freaking WBC Mauricio, who loves him to death, and Mauricio had no problem getting Canelo to fight for the belt. No problem, bro. So I really hope he's able to fight Canelo and Canelo don't vacate. I really do. I really hope he get the opportunity to prove that he can go in there and beat Canelo head up and become undisputed. You know what I'm saying? I would definitely like to see him or Crawford, but you know, if I'm talking about straight up who is in that weight class or what have you, David is in the weight class, real talk. He's in the weight class. So I would like to see him fight Canelo first. Seriously. You know, I'll say that tonight, then I turn around and say, well, I'd like to see Crawford fight it. You know, why? Because boxing is a business. Boxing is a business. So you got to look at it in the sense of who has the more fans. You saw it was umpteen amount of fans in there for the Benavidez brothers, for real. They was screaming, cheering, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So they got the fan base. People continue to say that Crawford don't have a fan base, but he has more fans than he did before July 29th. But when it comes, you know, the size of Benavidez, how strong he is, Andrade made mention of that. He said, yeah, he's, you know, big dude, but he tried to downplay the skill level. I'm just like, man, that dude got skills, bro. Even his brother having, you know, one leg that's partially 100%, he still has skills, man. Both of them brothers have skills. Anybody saying these brothers don't have skills just based off, you know, how they willing to give you the Mexican style, then you're just being biased. You know what I'm saying? You're not really trying to see it when it comes to the format of boxing. You know what I'm saying? The shit don't have a template. The Sweet Signs never had a template to this model boxer that you're supposed to be. The Sweet Signs don't have a template. So you get fighters that may be orthodox or unorthodox, and you watch them in the ring fighting certain fighters, and if they're successful, people's like, damn, that's a part of the Sweet Signs that's crazy, because they're not technically sound. You know what I'm saying? They're not technically sound, but they make it work. They know how to use it. You know what I'm saying? It's just so many dynamics to boxing when it comes to Benavidez squaring up in front of, you know, his opponent. He didn't do too much of it, you know, in the first round. You know what I'm saying? But the second round, yeah. Old Benavidez came out, squared up. He started walking him down. He started walking Andrade down, you know, to the fact where, you know, his Geritol voucher started coming out his pocket. You know what I'm saying? And they had to wait till that you know, that Geritol kick in, And from what I heard, the Geritol was supposed to kick in like the 7th round, and they didn't make it to the 7th round. You know, and I wanted to ask y'all: did you think the corner was right in stopping the fight? What y'all think about that? You know, when the ref came over there in the commission, he said, "I'm not gonna let another round go like that." And then they was all over there together. Do you believe that his corner made the right decision by stopping the fight when they did? You know, give me your thoughts on that right quick. Do y'all think it was a good stoppage? What's going on, Rebel? What's going on? If y'all can't see the thumbnail, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not gonna be a smart ass about it, but the thumbnail is up there for a reason. That's all I'm saying. The thumbnail is up there for a reason, man. But did y'all think the corner stopped the fight? You know what I'm saying? It was warranted. I think it was. I think it's a good stoppage. Else Demetrius would have got beat up even worse. And they're basically preserving him a little bit from taking extreme amount of punishment, so he won't get put on a long suspension for getting knocked out cold and be on a long suspension. Even though this was a TKO stoppage or RTD or whatever, right? The suspension is not going to be long as if he would have went out there and got knocked out. And he said, I want to try to fight 3 times next year. He's going to go back to the drawing board. Now, the combinations and everything he was putting together at times and moments in those rounds, they look good. How much effect it was having, David, I don't know. But, his hands, he was letting his hands go, and he's pretty much doing what David does and his brother does. They'll fire off a 10 to 12 punch combination quick. You know what I'm saying? Not all of them going to hit, but some of them do, But I always said when he started firing off those combinations, I say, damn, I wonder how much cardio he has. I wonder what the fuel tank is looking like. You know what I'm saying? I just wondered how much he'll have. And he started getting broken down, and David ended up stopping him, retire him on the stool, man. I think it's a good stoppage from his corner, like I said. It was a very solid card today. David did what he had to do. Much respect to him and his brother. Even Jose in a losing effort. He took some goddamn hard-ass punches from Charlo. But he still stayed in there and fought, man. Real talk. And they they had respect at the end. And then for Andrade, he just had to go back to the gym and work on his freaking cardio with that snack program. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be some people up here talking about he was on snack and he didn't get the job done. Well, that just goes to show you, the ones that was out here saying what they were saying, just because you're on snack doesn't mean you're going to automatically go in there and win for the rest of your career. It still requires boxing IQ. It still requires you to go in there and know how to implement your fight or your offensive strategy versus your opponent. It doesn't teach you how to make adjustments, improvise, adapt, and overcome. It's just a supplement. You know what I'm saying? So, this proves that, yeah, you can be on snack all day long. That doesn't mean you're going to get automatic victories. You know what I'm saying? Like people were saying about Crawford being on snack and that gave him extra. No, he's just a better fighter all around with Aaron. That's the way it is. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way it is. But big salute to Showtime, man. You will be missed. God damn it. Heck of a card tonight. Shout out to all the winners that I mentioned earlier. You know what I'm saying? Lamont, Roach, Subriel, Matias, Jermall, Charlo, and David Benavidez, freaking Vito, Mielnicki. I don't know about some of the other fighters that fought deep in the undercard, but remember, we have another or two. And boxing content, as far as the fights goes, we got the December 9th card. We got some fights coming up in December and everything. November's about to end. But one thing I got to say, big shout out to the hottest chat in the MF and game. appreciate y'all. Continue to support the channel. You know what I'm saying? And those who donate, I appreciate y'all. One love, man. Y'all continue to support. One love. See you next time. Peace. I'm out.
Left jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss. Now you counting stars, should've practiced more. Should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, subscribe.